Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? How y'all feeling out there?
Hot as hell here.
Yeah, it's hot over here.
Yeah, it's hot.
But we doing our thing. What's up? What we getting into today?
So we're just gonna talk about when I came home from the hospital.
Okay, so let me go back to the hospital a little bit. Hold on, big sorry. Okay, so in the hospital, a little tea that I didn't mention in the first one. I wanted to kind of get this one in because the whole time her father didn't say anything while this was transpiring, right? So finally, when I'm like, Pastor, why are you allowing your wife to talk like this? Like, why are you allowing her to do that? So she goes to say, oh, you need to get your information right because he's not a pastor, he's a preacher. And I'm like, okay, preacher, why are you allowing her to talk like this? Why are you allowing her to do what she do? And he over there with his glasses like this, like, she like, tell her. She's forcing him now to tell me that he's a preacher. So he's like, oh, you need to get your information right because I'm a preacher. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that does not tell me about her behavior over here, the reason she's acting the way she's acting. He couldn't even explain it. It's just everybody like just there, you know, like that was just crazy. But that was like the only thing he even said the whole time. He didn't.
That's only because he quiet. He laid back like his daughter. We don't really have many words for you, but when we got some words for you, baby, our words come and hurt your feelings. But anyways, so I go home, and I guess I was home for probably like 2 or 3 days, and her and my sister comes to visit. So Babe's upstairs, ironing her clothes for work, and my mom's like, oh, she can come down. She doesn't have to stay upstairs. I'm like, no, she good.
I was A1.
She good. She don't want to come downstairs.
I did not want to come and interact. I was okay.
So she was like, well, okay, but whatever, you know. So it's like, okay, that happens. We're chilling. That was in April. And so then, oh, girl, we forgot to tell them about us getting married in May. So that happened in April. So then we end up going to get J Boogie.
Yeah.
Like at beginning of May, we end up going to get J Boogie.
He acted up, had to zoom down to Miami, pick him up and bring him up here. He was the first one to come. And then same thing in May, we end up getting married. Finally got married. So we got married like, it was so soon, y'all. Y'all already know your girl was like, what the fuck? But
no, guys. So first of all, let me tell you, I was like, babe, you pick the day we get married. So she's like, oh, we can get married on your birthday. No, the fuck we can't. That's my birthday. I don't want no birthday and anniversary together. So she picked the date. So then she was like, okay, well, let me think about it. So then she's like, oh, okay, we're going to get married on May 18th. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, that's Haitian Flag Day. I was like, okay, so we're going to get married on May 18th. Right. So she picked the date. So we got married and everything, and that was adventurous.
Why was that adventurous? What you mean?
Girl, because I was like, I told the lady that was officiating, I was like, it's hot out here, so let's try to wrap this up in 15 minutes.
They're sweating bullets.
Man, I'm sweating bullets.
Bullets like, oh.
And she's reading. I'm like, oh my God. I know people, she probably could have seen my face. I'm like,
you can see everything on me.
It's so hot.
I'm holding her hands like, okay, it's going to be over. It's going to be over
soon. Man, it was like, we was out there for literally like 45 minutes, man. I got baked.
But it was beautiful. Even though you got chocolatey.
I did. I got chocolatey.
And,
it was all good, though. It was all good. It was worth it. I was like, whoosh, Jesus, thank you, Jesus.
So we got past there.
So we got past that. We had my birthday, and then the kids came down.
Yeah.
So, they came down. Everybody was summertime. Everybody was getting used to each other.
Right.
Getting into a little routine. You know, Babe and I was going to work, so they were still at home doing their little things. This is summertime. Mm-hmm. So we was all, you know, getting used to each other, being in the house together, adapting to different surroundings and whatever.
Right.
And so it comes time to back to school bash. So they was having a back to school bash out at the mall. So I go out, you know, I get up that morning and I go get my daughter. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to the mall. We're gonna do the back to school bash.
They was like, meet you and the kids, just meet us there. I was like, okay.
Right. So, Bae and the kids, well, we all actually got there at the same time. We all got there at the same time. And so we're going into the mall. And so, you know, I know my daughter. Like, she got her phone and she's always... So at this point, she sees Fanny and the kids, and I'm sure she texts her grandparents. Fanny and her kids are here. Okay, whatever. I'm not paying her no attention because I'm like, look, we out here to do this back to school bash, get you some school supplies, and have fun. So we're in line, we're waiting, and you know, we get to probably like station 3 or 4.
Yeah, because how me and Bae did it, where you go to a station, I go to the station. The first one that hit up a station, we just switch out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The kids jump over there.
That's it.
And
we
that's
had a
what it
little
is.
routine going, you know what I'm saying, to make sure we get this scavenger hunt for back to school over with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing that, and
we in the line and you're in another line over
right
there with
Jamise
your daughter.
Jamise was with me at this line. And so, you know, I'm on my phone, but I got my eyes on her because she's like literally standing right here. But all of a sudden, I see this shadow, and boom, Jamise is gone. Because Jamise was looking at her phone the whole time, so I'm sure they're telling her, like, asking her, where are you? And she's giving them the location. And then I look up and my mom's like, yeah, I got her. You see how quick it was for me to snatch her? Or you wasn't paying attention? I was paying attention. Because I saw you out of the side of my eye. But I was trying to figure out in my little mind, like, what the fuck?
Why is this person so close? And then again, when you notice who it was, you're like, huh?
Right.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? So then by this time, she on the phone. She called my dad. Yeah, Tommy, I got her. I found her. I'm like, what the fuck?
They sent out the FBI, the SWAT team, the whole shebang came out because she had to let him know, yeah, I got her. Yeah, she's right here with her. I got her.
You would swear there was an Amber Alert out for her. And I'm like...
Like you just stole her or something, and bitch, they just could not find her.
So at this point, I'm like
crazy.
58. I'm pissed off. And so
mad.
she was saying something to me, and
they had a whole commotion in the mall. It was going down where everybody was like, I'm in the line like, oh my God, like I cannot believe this is really happening. Her and her mom just going at it, going like, she was just outraged. Like she was so mad that her mom literally came and did that.
I was pissed off. And then I'm looking down at my daughter, and she looking at me, and I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this? So you betray your own mother?
That's how you felt?
That's how I felt. I'm like, you fucking betrayed me. Like, I bring you out here so we can spend time together and do stuff together, but the whole time you texting your grandparents to where the hell they don't came and snatched you up. So now I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I'm pissed off. So I'm like, yo, I walk up to Babe. I'm like, yo, look, I'm about to leave. And she was like, no, you're not leaving. So at this point, I was like, okay, I'm going to walk outside. I'm going to take a breather. Because at this point, I mean, all I'm seeing is red. Because I'm pissed off.
So she needed to walk out and get a breather. And she was like, she want to just go. And I'm like, no, Babe. We're already here. Let's go ahead and finish out the scavenger hunt. If you want to go take a breather outside, do that or whatever. But I'm going to finish up with the kids, and then we're going to go out to eat, and we'll be settled. But the whole time now, Bae done walked out. Bae outside. So now I'm still in this same line I was always in from the beginning. So from when they had their little commotion going on. So I'm standing there waiting to go up. So she comes and she get in the same line where we at. So now she back there with some lady she probably just met. And just talking cash shit. I'm like, oh boy, like this lady, like why you don't just stop? And she's just going at it with this lady, not going at it, but she was just talking shit about me basically to this lady. And I'm up there like paying her no attention, and I'm trying to get this over with my kids, and all I can hear is her fat ass and da 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 da. So then now we're done and or whatever. I just remember me walking off and she was still her fat ass or whatever. I was like, yeah, now this time I did say it. This time I was like, yeah, the fat ass that your daughter eat. Yeah, I went there. I was so fucking mad. I was like, yeah, the fat ass that your daughter eat. And I'm walking away and I'm doing this. I'm literally walking away like, man, fuck you at this point. Because I can't take it. This is 3 strikes, you out. You do the fucking most. And me and my wife gonna have a talk about this, and we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna handle this, because I just can't. This is becoming overwhelming. Oh, it's overwhelming, and it's an issue. It's a problem that needs to be solved, because we can't have this energy in our house. We can't do this. So I'm literally out of character because I don't do this shit. I don't do this shit, and my kids are here, and I'm not finna let you disrespect me by myself. So seeing me with my kids, oh, I'm definitely not about to disrespect, because my three they already up and up. Well,
Right.
my four. My
Right.
four, it was all four of my kids. All four of my kids, they already up and up, and if mama say go, bitch, we going.
Right.
If it's already a whatever at this point, because now you're literally in the mall, you came in there and you're still calling me out my name. I ain't say nothing to this lady, she just went in or whatever, but we end up leaving out.
After I came back in, and Babe and the kids, they was finishing the scavenger hunt, and I finished doing the scavenger hunt with them.
Yeah, we ended
But
up.
what pissed me off is like, you came out there to do a scavenger hunt with her, but you always talk about your fucking back hurt, you're tired, you this, you that. So let me just tell this to you guys. Don't think that I don't want to raise my own kid. I do. But my mom has to have control of something. So she wants to raise a child at her age. And that's cool. Because after that accident, she made sure she told my siblings, my older kids, your mother would never do anything with her again by herself, ever, ever, ever again. Period. Point blank. Here it is 4 years later, and I haven't done nothing with her by myself. If I gotta want to do something with her, they have to be involved, and then I have to pay. What the fuck? No, we just want to be going out to eat. I just come to your house, what it's gonna be, and then I only have patience for being at your house for a limited amount of time, so that's what it is. To the point where, for my birthday, oh, she wants to take you out for your birthday, so we get to the event for my birthday. So I'm waiting for the little girl to pay for my birthday. Then they talking about, oh, you gotta pay. Not only did I have to pay for my birthday and my daughter to eat, I had to pay for them to eat too. So I'm like, what kind of shit is this? This ain't no damn birthday. But that's neither here or there. So, after that, it was still chaotic. We weren't really going to church. We weren't really doing any praying or anything. And I was just like, look,
because
I was driving down the highway one day. I'm like, man, this cannot keep going on. Like, this cannot keep going on. And then I'm like, you know what? We're just going to start going to church. We're going to start praying more. We're going to start implementing prayer into the house. And we're going to go to therapy.
Because something's trying to get us. Something is trying to get us. Something is trying not to have this go right. And we knew what the problem was. We knew what it was. But we said, you know what? We can't do this alone. Right? So we can't do it alone. We're going to have to call up on the Lord. We got to go higher than where we're at, because if we keep on doing it at the rate we're at, we're not going nowhere. You're going to go your way, I'm going to go my way, and that's just going to be that. That's just going to be that. So when Bae came home that day and she was like, Bae, we need to go to church. And I was like, okay. It's like the way she said it, like she wasn't sure I was going to agree to it. I'm going to agree to anything that's going to help this, because I see the problem. I see the problem. And the problem is not you. So I know if I can handle you, you can handle me. We both got our own issues. I'm not thinking about the outside issue. If I think about the outside issue, there is no us.
Right.
There is no us. So I let her know that, listen, I'm open for this. I'm willing. We came too far. And then it was already too far. So look at us now. If we said then it was too far, and like I said, if we wasn't willing to make this shit happen, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't.
We came too far then. So if church is a factor that we need to put into our issue, let's do it.
Right.
Let's do it. Church came first, and then counseling came.
Right.
That's how we worked that. Church was first. We got in there, and we saw things started to shift. And then counseling
came. And then we got in there, and then things started to shift. It started to get better, and we started to talk more. We started to communicate more. Yeah. It was it just felt different.
It did.
It felt different. And then even though, there were still things going on, we was able to come together and talk about it and say, hey, look, this is where it's at.
That's only because we became one.
Right.
Right? When she was doing her and I was doing me, that was not good. So now when we actually became one and we're starting to understand each other, think about each other's feelings and what was really going on, where I, the outsider who came into this disorder that is being anxiety, depression, this and that, it was bipolar, this and that. It's so fucking much dealing with mental health, and the shit is real. I see that shit. Like, that's why I say, from where I was and my baby was in manic mode into where we're at now, and I literally steeped in a depression. If I was in that depression, and I know when I snapped out that bitch, I was like, oh shit. Imagine her being in that shit for years. That shit broke my fucking heart. So that's why I was like, yo, we gotta do this, and we gotta do this shit for each other. Ain't nothing else out there. Your parents been together for years. My parents been together for years. Let's make this shit happen, because ain't shit else out here. Ain't shit else out here. And once we did that shit, we made them mad. Now, don't think only her peoples had an issue. My peoples had an issue too. My peoples had an issue where when I started saying no to things, and starting to like, hey, my relationship come before all that shit. When they started seeing that, when I say mad,
Man,
they did not react the way her parents did, her family did. But my issue was just that, oh, so you gotta check with your wife first before you come back. Yeah, I gotta check with my wife first before I give you a definite answer. You used to do it to me. It was always, let me check with this, let me do that first before I can give you. But then when you come back this way, you just want it to be snap, snap, snap. What I say when I say I just needed to be done. No. So now when we formed our bond and we got our team together, well, shit don't move unless she say go. Shit don't move unless I say go. So now we got into that mode. Oh,
it was a whole new ball game. Oh, people not talking to us for weeks.
That's fine.
It was like silent mode. Like phones were dry. We was like,
it was fine.
Did you hear from such and such? No. No. Oh, okay.
Mad. But that was okay, because that's where God showed you who is for you and who's not for you.
It was just so much. Like, I promise you, that first year that we lived together, oh baby, it was so much. It was just like, I was like, man, babe, she was at her point of checking out. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go Baker Act myself so I can get away from all this chaos.
Literally,
I need to get away from everybody. I just want to go in the hospital and just have a chill moment. She's like, you are not going nowhere.
Like, you telling me you finna go Baker Act yourself just to go chill? Who the fuck we chilling from? Because we need to be in that bitch together. If anything,
somebody had to stay out of it with the kids.
We finna be in that bitch together making that. Because you ain't finna leave me out here with all these goddamn kids. And this is, no ma'am, you was not running from this. Because if I wasn't able to run from it, you're damn sure not running for it. We gonna work this shit out together.
I like
there was no way. She said it. That shit did not happen because God said that ain't the move.
That ain't the move. She was like, oh no. You going where? I said, I'm about to call the hospital. I'm about to go. She's like, yeah, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
Okay, whatever.
I'm not remaining out here with the bullshit. For what?
You go get relaxed and rejuvenated.
Funny. Glendon. Funny. Glendon.
Oh yeah. I've been in there like.
Just so she can sleep. That was gonna be a whole little vacation.
Man, it would be a mini vacation.
And I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, doing what I need to do. But
I would have came back.
She needed.
I would have came back, been rejuvenated, and be like, okay, babe, let's go.
You could have did that on the outside too, like, because I felt like I want to be the one to bring your peace, right? I want to be the one to bring all that. But you know, if you're out here, you're not gonna let me do it by myself. I'm not gonna let you do it by yourself. But you literally just needed a break from everything. You just needed a break. Was it everything or just your family?
I think I just needed a break from everything.
Everything?
I did. Cause
I can get it because I came in a situation and I was giving you little headaches too because I was going through it with
you. Yeah. I was just like, I just need a whole break. I just need to be able to just and go recharge my mind. But then she's like, no, ma'am, we're not doing that. She was like, go talk to your therapist. I was like, so I went to talk to my therapist, and my therapist was like, yeah. So you're gonna just go run and hide for a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's not
That's what she
hiding.
wanted to do.
It's not hiding. It was just relaxing your mind. Like my brain cells needed to.
I don't know how Baker Act goes, so I would be able to. I don't know, but to come in a situation where a lot of disorder goes on, and to be open to, yo, you know, this happened, you know, that actually happens, you know, people actually feel like this, you know, people literally gotta smoke weed to calm the fuck down, you know, this, like, it's not just recreation. You get what I'm saying? It's actually recreation to calm a bitch down for knocking a bitch head off. Like,
That's what it is.
What? Like, what? It was just like, you know, but you don't really know unless you're actually in that situation.
And then it was like, once we got the families, woosah, mellowed out for a little bit, then the kids want to start acting up. And it was like, what the fuck? So it was like, we was constantly going through something, and we was always like, okay.
But I feel like it was shit to test us too, though. Like, that was a lot of testing. Those was a lot. That was a lot. It was
a lot of tests. It was a lot of tests. Cause once the kids saw, we gotta tell y'all about some of them stories that they couldn't get over. Oh, it was a whole.
Oh, it was a whole crazy. Like,
mommy.
That mommy was actually letting this happen. Yeah. Because we all gonna rock together. If we not rocking as one, we ain't rocking. Because I'm not gonna take sides, because right is right, wrong is wrong. A child is a child, and an adult is an adult. So I mean, it is what it is. Respect goes all across the board.
Across the board. That's why we set up those boundaries for everybody. Because it was like, okay, we keep trying to help people, and people keep just kicking us.
Yeah, they shitting on us. When we literally genuinely just want to help. We try to be
good advice.
That's it. That's it. We learned it from our own advice. Like, she's been through more than what I've been through, you know, but I felt like we still been through some shit, and for us to connect when we did connect, you know, from the beginning,
it was awesome.
I already know. I love the stability on her. I love the thinking ahead with her. With her, she already knew, okay, well, damn, I'm going to have somebody that's going to ride for me, that's going to, you know, I don't want to speak for you, but what did you feel for me? Because that's honestly what I felt for you. I felt like I knew a future was ahead with this person. I wasn't thinking about money or none of that, because, bitch, I make my own money. But at the same time, stability, motivation, that shit is sexy as fuck.
Man, I was thinking, this girl going to have my back. I'm going to have her back. We're going to ride hard together. We're going to get this paper. And fuck everybody else at this point.
And I just felt like the fact that we knew each other was willing. We already had that built in us. It's just, it took one and the other to bring it really out. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had nobody to ride with her like that. She just had people, you know what I'm saying, for what she had. I ain't had nobody to ride with me and actually motivate me and push me to do better. Push me to want more. Like, listen, nah, we ain't no failure. We finna do this. We finna do that. And I'm like, oh shit, that shit is sexy, bitch. Get it, bitch. Out. Yeah, that shit was sexy. That shit was sexy. So it's like, you're not looking at nothing else. I look at this, oh shit, we about to get it.
We about to kill it.
So I already knew y'all just gonna have to push through these tests.
Right.
Y'all get through these tests. I promise you, God got the kingdom.
Yes.
God, we push through those tests. God got the kingdom for us. We good.
We all good.
A1. We love. I just love the fact that we're vocal now and we're telling
our story.
Our story.
Because I mean, like our therapist said, she was like, "Stop worrying about y'all parents and tell your story."
Yeah, tell.
She said, because your story might help somebody else that's going through the same thing that you're going through, and they'll get that motivation. Okay, so they got through that. Let me just keep pushing through. And that's what it is sometimes. It takes somebody else's story to help somebody else push through.
Yeah. So I also don't want any confusion as for, like, to have a question mark as why your parents do have your daughter, and that's like another topic.
That's
she'll
another story.
she'll speak on that later on, to kind of break that down, why she don't have her. You know, that's because all this talk about her, and it's like, well, shit, why you don't have
Why
her?
don't you have it?
But you
that's
know
a
what I'm saying?
story.
That's another topic, but it'll get there. All that's gonna come together. But listen, y'all already know, as usual, we gonna have more.
He got you guys. So go ahead. Today I need you to hit them likes, subscribe, turn on that notification, tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. These girls are almost at 1,000. We need y'all to come on up and pop it out.
Listen.
Reese and Fanny Empire.
You already know we about to talk some shit. We
Give
about
you
to
the
talk
tea.
some good tea, and you gonna learn
A lot. Because there'll never be
a dull moment. Bye guys.